Check this out. Hi BYD.
Hi there.
Play some music. Smartest buy on the road this year, 2 words, Yuan Pro, one of the most affordable compact SUVs in Barbados. Coming out in the GS model with a 50 kilowatt-hour battery. The range is going to be 300 to 330 kilometers of real-world range. You're going to be getting LED headlights, daytime running lights. You have ventilated seats in the $73,000 price range. You have your BYD safety settings, and it is quite a lovely vehicle for the $73,000 price point. Coming in a range of colors, we're looking at metallic black, skiing white, which is kind of a grayish white. You have your graphite time gray, and we also have a milky green color that's coming in. The Yuan Pro compact SUV is going to be styled after the Yuan Plus. This is a little bit smaller, wheel to wheel, about 8 inches. The interior is going to come all black with a little bit of a green stitching. Pretty subtle, but very nice touch. When we bring people in looking in this price range, you're looking at alloy rims, 17-inch rims. You have your daytime running lights. You have your full tailgate at the back with your LED bar as well. You have your rotating display, a large instrument cluster, and quite a lot to go off of. The Yuan Pro is best suited for small families, young professionals, people who are looking to get an entry-level electric vehicle, it being one of the most affordable on the market in Barbados at the moment. Only going to be outdone in price by the Dolphin Mini, which is coming later this year, early January. That is going to be one of the best vehicles on the market in this price segment. With the Yuan Pro so far, pretty much everybody that loved the Yuan Plus loves the Yuan Pro. If you're a fan of anything in the compact segment, so you're looking at some of the competitors like the Vitara, Creta, Kona, if you're looking for anything in that price segment, size segment as well, you're going to be looking at the Yuan Pro. A lot of customers have come in and love the pretty minimal interior compared to what we usually do with the Yuan Plus. Outside of that, people have been loving that at the price point you're looking at, you get ventilated seating, advanced safety features that are customizable, a lot of value for money in this model. Starting at the front, you have your top right or driver's side charging port. You have the availability for the NFC cards, which is going to be your 3rd key outside of the 2 key fobs that you get from BYD as well. You have your etching switches on the handles so you can have quick access to the vehicle. You also have what is quite cool to me. They've added the alloy color into the plastic fender here, which matches back with your rims as well. Walking around to the back, which I think is quite interesting. They have your LED bar, which you don't see in models in this price segment typically, but it's gonna be a luck symbol, basically in Chinese. So when it lights up at night, that looks fantastic. Coming around to the front, I like how they blacked out this centerpiece, which is usually kind of like a silver chromey on the Yuan Plus. And then you still have your full LEDs, your running lights, and your fog and headlights as well. We're gonna hop in and get a feel of the vehicle now. All right, so in the Yuan Pro, we're looking at a 12-inch display and a 10-inch display for the instrument cluster. You have your access to the 360 cameras, your intelligent cruise control, your vehicle information up on the instrument cluster as well. You have your physical button for the voice prompt and your call log as well. You have your roller for the volume and left and right for your radio and audio features. The one thing you'll notice is going to be that there's a lack of an indicator stop on this side. This is going to be your gear selection. So down for drive, up for reverse, and park is just this button on the end. And you'll be controlling your headlights and as well as your wipers front and back from this stock on the left side. You also have access to the light controls from the screen and in your settings menu. So you have your off, position lamp, dip beam, rear fog lights and everything from up here. And you still have like your rotating display features, your voice control as well. Still have your temp sensor lights up into the front of the cabin and the rear. You just won't have your sunshade and sunroof like you will in the Plus. So when you put the vehicle into reverse, automatically your reverse camera will pop on. We can see that the back left door is open with the overhead display, and you're looking at the sensitivity levels on this side. So you have your green, yellow, and red. This red line just means you have about 1 foot left. As you can see, the bumper plate at the back there, and you'll see the sensors kick in on this side with the centimeter readings on how far you're gonna get. So into drive, you have the same thing. That's your front bumper plate right there. The red line means you have about 1 foot left. And then when you click it into park, your automatic parking brake will engage. You can take your foot off the brake and you're good from there. You have your 360 camera, same like we just looked through, but all the different angles of the vehicle. As I open my door, all of this is live as well. go through the drive modes. So we're taking a look at your switch just down here. You have your normal, eco, sport, and snowfield. Snowfield might seem a little strange for a Barbados driver, but it's just really for any kind of slippery terrain. It's just gonna regulate the output of the motor. Make sure that if you were to apply a little bit of the accelerator, you don't just wheel spin because of the instant torque. And outside of that, normal, eco, and sport will do the same, allowing you to get the full capacity of the motor or a little bit less in normal and eco as well. Driving down the road, we just come through some pretty bumpy ones, but we're on the bell right now. You have a McPherson strut at the front and a torsion beam at the back. Driving is really comfortable. You're driving down the road and the bumps, you kind of just flying over them, feels like you're on a cloud. Wireless charger is going to be a fast 50-watt charger with an AC vent underneath it, which is typically going to be found in our more expensive BYDs, but you're getting a lot of value in this car. Touching on like comfort and everything, you have your AC seats, ventilated seats. The back and the bottom of the seat will shoot AC out at you as well, so for the hot days, it is perfect to be a Facebook marketplace seller. The AC blowing cool, it blowing nice. On the inside of the vehicle, it's just comfy. They say this is a smaller SUV, and it is in the compact range. As a guy who's 6'3", 200 plus pounds, I feel comfortable in the front and the back. Heading up the road, we were just touching on like the safety features. That's one thing that makes BYD really cool. All the safety features are fully customizable. So I was just referencing, like when I'm doing handovers with customers, I always give them my opinion. They're free to disagree, it's their car, but I'm not a fan of a lot of the preventative things. I'll keep on the emergency brakes. All of the preventatives I turn into a warning instead of the steering wheel taking control for me and stuff like that. It's a lot more comfortable for me, and it's a lot less buzzing and beeping, which a lot of car companies don't allow you to regulate, which I find is quite cool. Safety. So outside of the safety features, in terms of like cross traffic alert and your blind spot detection, your automatic emergency braking and all that jazz, BYD gets 4.5 to 5-star NCAP safety ratings across every model line. So when we're talking about cost-effective driving, we're talking about running cost, right? So when customers come in, I'll take a look at like the sheet that we've made, which just basically gives you an idea of what you'd be saving in your first year, what your fuel spend is. So we'll sit down and kind of talk about the kind of vehicle you drive, frequency of fill-ups and that kind of stuff. And we'll basically take a look and show you how cost-effective it is to have this vehicle at your home. The cost of electricity, well, we've seen it going up a little bit, but typically on a week-to-week basis, you're charging usually 2 to 3 times a week, depending on what model you have. And a pretty standard 2 to 3 times a week charging is between $40 and $60. So we're talking about, instead of a $150 weekly spend for a fill-up, you're looking at 3 charges, or even 2 charges if you have a larger battery, and you're looking at somewhere between 40 and 50 bucks, which is a massive save. Most people save between 3,000 and 4,000 in their first year. In this model, you're looking at a 50 kilowatt hour battery. Real world range, you're looking at 300 kilometers, 330 kilometers. Obviously that depends on if you're driving in eco, normal, or sport. Pretty good range considering how small Barbados is. People don't understand what 100 kilometers really gets you in Barbados. That's like driving west, north, east, and back. So if you're just doing your normal to and from work, pick up the kids, 330 kilometers is gonna get you a good bit through the week. Especially if you're not blasting AC seats and sport mode all the time and everything, all that matters, right? And the seats are plush, they're comfy. Somebody of my size, I feel real comfy. The steering wheel, everything feels solid. You're hearing the safety go off just now, I just hit the line. But in terms of all the finishes feel good. You have a lot of plush finishes, not too much scratchy plastics. Even in the center console, like my arm is nice and comfy, rested up here. You have your cup holders and everything. Everything just feels like it's in the right place, especially for this size of vehicle. People seem to think it's a bit smaller than it is, but trust me, a lot of space, a lot of comfort. I would definitely say I think this model is going to fly off the shelves. I think we've sold half of the units that arrived already. And coming into the new year, I think this will be our best seller. Coming up in competition with the Sea Lion, the Shark, the Yuan Plus, which was previously our best seller. I think all of these provide so much value in their price segments and in their size segments. When you look at the Yuan Plus, it's like the easiest thing for me to pitch with my eyes closed, and I think the Yuan Pro is going to be the same thing. And the Sea Lion just does the same thing, but in a higher price point, in that 135-ish price point. All right, so starting from the home screen, you can log into your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You can just kind of tap this corner or the top here, and it takes you straight in. So you have a layout screen where you have like your music on one side and your mapping there. But I can also tap on the mapping, make it full screen. It's going to sync to what's going to be preferred on your phone. So you're looking at things like the difference between Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, or your Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps. If you prefer Spotify to Apple Music, all that kind of stuff is going to configure for you, and it will basically be customized. You have your own settings outside of the car settings in here as well. So if you want to like customize what notifications you get while you're driving and all that kind of stuff, when you get in the car, is it set to driving focus? So it doesn't announce messages. Maybe it'll just notify you instead by chime. But you can kind of configure everything like that from in Apple CarPlay as well.